So I feel like I keep hearing from friends and clients recently that everyone seems to be sick of like the marketing stuff. Whether it's just like, ugh, like I'm sick of like, trying to post on this platform, or like I heard from a friend that like, she basically just stopped offering her stuff altogether because she was just so tired of it and it was like not fun anymore, and that she had to like really take some time to even like reconnect with what she was doing, to kind of find the joy in it again. And I totally get that because that's happened to me with various things in my life that I've been engaged in where it just doesn't feel fun anymore. And it's obviously not a good idea to just kind of keep pushing in a direction that doesn't feel good, right? And so I just wanted to offer maybe some different ways of thinking about branding or marketing that could maybe bring some of that fun back into it. So I think a big part of what I see, where people are starting to get that like icky feeling around marketing and branding is when it seems like it becomes something kind of like outside of them, right? It's like they have some skill or there's some offer, maybe some product that they love, right? And then it kind of like gets separated into this outside image slash structure slash strategy in order to reach the people that they're offering it to, right? And I feel like this can be convoluted in so many ways, right? And it can be just like our influence from corporate marketing, or it can be like maybe, another friend was telling me like after she started taking some business courses, she just like completely stopped her Instagram account, which was actually super successful organically, because then she was like trying to offer stuff and it wasn't in her own voice, and trying to follow like someone else's template, and it just didn't feel right. And I think probably many people can relate to this. I mean, like I've looked at those kind of courses too, and some things seems like, maybe that's a great idea, maybe I should try that out. Other things are more obviously icky, but I think it's very easy to kind of get caught up in trying to follow someone else's structure, blueprint, whatever, because we think like, like, they're the expert in marketing or sales, and like, this is what works, so I guess I have to do that, right? So I think it's really about kind of, like I had this idea recently just of like getting unbranded, and I don't mean like stop making beautiful images and things like that. And like that's something that I've done for like, almost 2 decades, and I'm going to continue doing that and offering that to people. But in a different sense, right? So it's not like, okay, here's me, and then here's my business slash brand, and then the marketing materials that I'm, trying to like funnel through it, and there it doesn't feel like I'm really connected anymore. And maybe I'm also becoming a bit disconnected from myself because I'm not using my own natural voice and my own natural expression, to offer things and to communicate with people, So maybe another way to think about it is like, first coming back to, okay, like what is the essence of what I'm offering, right? Like when I take all that other stuff away, right? Like just put that aside for a minute, right? The image and the copy and the title and all that stuff, right? Just coming back to like, what is the essence of the thing that I'm creating or have created? And what energy am I sharing with people? What values are in this? Like what learnings, fill in the blank of things that apply to your thing, right? And what is the easiest and simplest way that I can communicate what this is, right? The essence of this to another person, right? Just person to person. And probably a great way to drop into that space is like, well, how would you tell a good friend, what you're doing? You're not selling something, you're just telling your friend like what you're up to, right? Like I've been working on creating an offer that's like a one-on-one intuitive guidance session. And it's still in progress, right? And I've told a few people, and I've noticed, like I'll say it out loud the way that I think I want to and feels authentic. And then I kind of hear it back, or, we have a little conversation. I'm like, I feel like there's a more simpler, more authentic way for me to express that, one that resonates more. So I think that's also a really good practice, and I think that's also where potentially a lot of that disconnect comes from, because it's like we're kind of like switch into like marketing business mode, and that in itself might then come from a different voice that feels either icky or not quite right or whatever. And I think also that has the potential to take the fun out of it, So maybe that's something to play around with, like literally getting like unbranded, stripping everything off, just coming back to the essence and thinking about, like just what's the most natural, easy way that I can express this, and then allowing yourself to express through those outer elements, right? And then from that space creating, the colors that feel aligned, or maybe it doesn't need to be complicated. Maybe it could just be a picture of you and some simple text, and I think that's also somewhere where maybe people get confused, or feels like, oh no, now it feels overwhelming and complicated because now I need to brand this or whatever. But it's like, actually, you don't really, and I've also seen many successful, like very successful examples of people who just offer their things in a very, no fanfare kind of way. Like one of them is my teacher, Melissa Tiers, and her stuff is just like, here's my video, here's my basic text posts. Her emails are all basic texts, some of them excerpts from her actual coaching sessions. And I felt like that was extremely powerful marketing on the receiving end, because it felt authentic. It wasn't trying to hype things up. It wasn't trying to, twist and turn thoughts in people's mind to get them to take some action. It's like, no, like if the essence of that thing really is clear and it's something you really resonate with and something you really believe in, that's actually enough, and that is actually the most powerful way that you can share that with another person. And if they feel aligned, then it's probably the start of a beautiful relationship. But, we're not here to convince anyone, because even if we did convince them, it has the potential of not being a fully aligned, I guess, consensual relationship, where everyone is just coming from, a peaceful decision-making place of like, yeah, that feels like the right connection for me and the right relationship for me to engage in. So yeah, let me know how that lands with you and what you think about all that, and I'll see you soon. Bye.